Boy Sherry Speaks, man, and I apologize for the late review, but here we go. Snowfall season confessions, and there was a lot of confessions in this episode, and a lot of revelations, and a lot of goddamn moments. Before I get into start though, make sure you guys hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Also hit the like and subscribe buttons for my homeboys Millaboy Gaming and Heemz Gaming, and also hit that follow button on their official Twitch accounts. The links to their official Twitch accounts in the description box below it, where they always are. And then you guys can also follow your boy Schaefer Speaks on Twitch at Schaefer Speaks 007 at twitch.com. Let's get into it, y'all. In the very beginning of this episode, we see Sissy, sitting on the porch, sitting on the stoop, smoking and taking a drag off a cigarette from the looks of it, or possibly weed, the fruity kind. And so we see Alton walk out there, and he's making sure she's okay. That's what she says. I need to tell you about Franklin's business with Reed Thompson. Thus, which then leads not Reed, but Alton to ask and teach Franklin a lesson in watching the company you keep. Because he asked him, like, what do you remember about my cousin Jack? And Franklin said, well, I just remember him, you guys being in the Panthers together. You guys just being really cool. Yeah, but I didn't tell you what happened to him, though. Because once, your source, in Franklin's case, it's Reed Thompson, aka Teddy McDonald, is done getting what he wants from you, securing and completing his operation, they will cut you loose, and they'll pretty much just tie up their loose ends with you, pretty much killing you. Is what Alton was alluding to, and that's what Franklin caught on to. But Franklin, being that he's young, he's thinking, well, I mean, shit, that's not gonna happen to me. He needs me. He said, oh yeah, you got out of prison, because he needed you. But right after that, after he's done with you, what's gonna happen to you then? And then later on in the episode, Franklin finds out what actually happens to Jack. The FBI, as we all know, they were, when black people start to organize, that scares the shit out of white people in the system. So that shocks the system, and so they have to disband, that group being the Black Panthers and any other black organization, because it's too powerful. And so they put out a lie that Jack was a snitch, and that really wasn't the case. In fact, and so when the Panthers found out about it, they wanted him to be tortured. They were furious. They wanted him to be tortured. So Alton was like, no, I can't let him go out like that. I can't let my fam go out like that. So Alton took it upon himself to kill his own cousin, which is something he doesn't want with Franklin, obviously, being that he's his son. And so Franklin says, look, that's not gonna. And so Alton, because after Franklin went to go get the information on Reed from Avi, I'm trying to think that Avi might be trying to take Franklin out, so then that way we won't have to give, so that way he can take Franklin's money. Because, we finally see the rest of that scene that we got from last week's episode, preview of this episode, from the bottoms, where, Franklin pulls up on with Leon and Fat Boy. They pull out the straps up on Avi and his crew. But, Franklin said, look, I need you to just give me all the information you got on Reed Thompson. I'm going to give you 48 hours, and I'll give you some leadway on paying me back. So, he delivers, and he says, look, I've known more about this business than you've ever dipped your entire little fucking pinky toe in the water. Everything you need to know about Reed Thompson's right there. And his friend, his source, was not his friend. I believe it was his brother. Now, Matt might not be his actual name, and, I went into details of what happened to Matt. He went to Colombia, he snorted some coke, he fucked a hooker, and, well, he just lost his damn mind. But, the end of the result, remains the same. It's Teddy's brother, even though Matt might not be his name, because Teddy himself has had many aliases back in the day. He went by James Smith, Thomas Paine, you name it, I believe. And so, still, Franklin doesn't know that, Teddy's real name, Reed Thompson's real name is Teddy McDonald, but he's getting damn near close. Hell, I mean, even as Alton was asking Franklin questions like, well, do you know the rest of his name, like who's connected to? All Franklin knew was like, well, I mean, we know we have his brother's name, Matt, to get more information on Teddy, given the fact that Matt's in a vulnerable state. And meanwhile, Franklin, he sat down with Teddy, at a diner they were eating whatnot. Because mind you, before this, Franklin goes to a library, to a family-owned associate, family friend associate's library, with all this information for Black people. He takes out the spook that sat by the door and some newspaper clippings, from headlines, and that's how he discovers the fact of how the FBI and the CIA work together, and DEA, how they really work against the Black people. And also, just information on his cousin Jack. That's how he found out that Alton actually killed him. And then also, Julia, poor Julia, man, she's learning every single day that the DEA is literally gunning for Teddy because Lorena Soledad is now dead. Who is actually Tony Moreno's, Agent Moreno's partner. He's known her for years. And, he's getting more worried and suspicious about her because she's missed her check-ins. She's never done that. So, Tony, he's like, look, do your fucking job. Tell me what you know about Reed Thompson and get back to me. Julia, because, that's her ex-husband. That's the man that she loves. That's the father of her son. So she'll do anything to protect him. So now they're really in hot water. They gave Rigo his club. Rigo already knows that, he already suspects that Julie is the DEA agent, which actually isn't correct. It's actually Soledad, which he's actually been taken care of. The body's been taken care of. They're not going to find the body. Meanwhile, Gustavo, he's been proactive. He's been getting new spaces, and everything for distribution. I think that was the house in San Diego that Hernan actually and his family went to. But Hernan's had a bit of a problem because his wife's ex-husband, went crazy the minute, she told him, like, hey, look, I'm taking the kids with me to San Diego. Ernesto, being the oldest one, the biggest one, is the father to his wife's, is the wife's son of a previous marriage, obviously. And so he's not gonna have that. So Gustavo's gonna actually go handle that, I believe, most likely. And Gustavo, asked his handler Miguel about, Lucia. He said, look, I got nothing, and knowing how she is, she doesn't want to be found, then you're not gonna find her. Something of that variation, Or I think basically what he said was, if she, knowing how she is, if she doesn't want to be found, then she's gonna make sure that you don't find her. Because Miguel, I believe, works for the Venezuelas and a big, powerful family. He tells Gustavo, look, I got this wonderful area down by San Diego, a great beach-like place. It's perfect. And it's for Hernan or maybe for the operations, the coke operations. I'm not too sure. Either or, it's good for business and good for Gustavo, because he's not gonna wait on Teddy to do what he has to do. Even now, the jobs are back on, according to Rigo and things of that nature. So maybe that's the case. Maybe Rigo may uphold his bargain. We'll see. Another thing, Andre got stopped by the police while tailing Franklin. Because Nix, he really couldn't find anything on Franklin other than the fact that all the registration, the legal stuff that Franklin is all in his mother's name. And plus, with a white guy, we're gonna get suspicious. He might bust a cap in his ass. So, Andre took it upon himself to, go ahead and tail Franklin until he gets stopped by the cops. And they kind of treat him like a black person. And I think that kind of is a bit of a culture shock for Andre, because it, takes him back to who he really is. And, they're not going to see him as a black man. A nobody, a piece of property. Even he had to tell them that, his badge is going to take him by a prostitute. They laughed at him. But, that doesn't change the fact that, Mel's friend actually convinced her, look, go to Spelman, get up out of here, because, I wish I had a father that had college for me so I can get the hell up out of here and experience new places and new people and everything. And for that, she got beat up, her and her friend did by Shay Shay. yeah, and that's what prompted that motivational speech that she gave Mel. You know, Mel wanted to have a getaway party, not getaway, but she wanted to have a good, you know, a farewell party. You know, she's like, look, I'm gonna go to this party with my friend or whatever, and do whatever. As her father jokingly said, he said, "Oh, so this is your like a farewell tour?" Because he said, "Look, I'm on my way off to Louisiana," which I think he actually kind of was, because you know he wanted to go to Spelman. They're gonna go to Santa Fe, then they go to Dallas, and they'll be in Spelman. But you know, him leaving for Louisiana, eating that piece of chicken, is actually what led him to tailing Franklin. But you know, Mel goes to the party, meets up with this guy named Reese, and he pretty much just peer pressured her into, you know, taking a hit off the crack pipe. And I pray to God that she does not get addicted. Please don't let her get addicted. Please, Snowfall, don't do this to me, man. Do not let that sweet little ass intelligent woman, you know, get addicted to the rock. Please. I don't want to see another damn fucking Wanda in Snowfall. Seriously, I don't. I really do. And I think maybe Reese might have tricked her up so that way he can, you know, basically put that. She might end up even dying from that damn hit. I hope not. But goddamn, man, let this girl have a future, man. Don't let my boy, don't let my boy Franklin, go off the hinges. That's what I got for you guys today. I hope you guys enjoyed the review. Let me know what you guys think. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. What do you guys think about tonight's episode of Snowfall Season 3, Episode 6, Confessions? Let me know in the comments below, man. Peace and love.